have a passion to use this to move us forward to the next level, which is, doing our own productions and seeing if we can jump in there with the competition and blow them all out of the water with quality, not with Porky's. God, whoever made Porky's, they're gonna kill me. I use it, it's like become a way of making a point. All the dance scripts that have been done have been junk, have been exploitive pieces of doo-doo. Can you say doo-doo on the air?
You just did.
I did.
But when you were a little kid and your mother said, I'm going to take you in and put you in the dancing studio. In Texas, little boys didn't dance.
No, ma'am.
Okay, how'd you feel about it?
Well, I started so young.
You didn't know?
No, I didn't know. I mean, I watched and see what all the other kids were doing and wanted to do it. So I've got pictures of me in sailor suits and tap shoes from the time I was knee-high to a grasshopper. And everybody tells me I was a little terror. When Mother would be trying to teach, I'd be hanging on the bars, pinching the girls and stuff. And
at the age of 4?
4 to 8, I guess, or actually probably 4 to 18. I was still pinching girls at 18. I thought I was Mr. Casanova, out of insecurity.
We all know Patrick Swayze for his iconic movies like Dirty Dancing, and here are his funniest moments.
Somebody told me a story on the lot about a girl coming up and grabbing your ass while Lisa's standing there. What did you do? I slapped her. No. I just turn around and go, listen, thanks. But
Early 90s, when Patrick Swayze was diagnosed with cancer, this is what he had to say.
I'm at the beginning of my battle. I expect it to be a long, hard battle. One that I'm going to win according to certain rules.
What rules?
The rules that the cancer isn't going away. Now, mind you, I keep my heart and my soul and my spirit open to miracles. I pray.
Do you have any sense of how much longer you have to live?
Oh, goodness. Oh, gosh. Well, if I listen to statistics and then what the trash magazines, so I've already been dead a long time. No, I don't know. I'd say 5 years is pretty wishful thinking. 2 years 2 years seems likely if you're going to believe statistics. I want to last until they find a cure, which means I better get a fire under it.
Do you have any sort of problem with the title Dirty Dancing?
I hate the title Dirty Dancing. Absolutely hate it. Dirty Dancing is not what it sounds like, Mom and Dad out there. It's not a terrible movie. It's rated PG-13. It's a great film for kids and the family.
Did you all have any alternate titles that you wish they used?
That's, if we could have come up with better titles, it would have been different. I mean, the only thing we could come up with jokingly was I was a teenage mambo queen.
When people see you in this movie, they're not going to be able to imagine anybody else in that part, and yet, interestingly, you weren't even in the running for this part in the beginning, right?
No. Yeah, actually, Jerry Zucker said, I guess it's okay for me to stop. I've been saying this to everybody. He said in the beginning, over my dead body, will Patrick Swayze do this role?
He just couldn't see you in it.
No. So I said, I'll come in and I'll do every scene. I'll do the whole script. I'll be putty in your hands. I'll work my petunias off. And so I went in, I did 6 scenes, and by the time I was done, they were crying and going, you got the role, you got the role.
And then he said, this is it.
Now he's going around saying, yes, there's nobody that could have done this role but Patrick.
But Patrick Swayze.
Which is fun.
During the height of Dirty Dancing, Patrick Swayze had to respond to this sex symbol question.
I've seen the film with some people, and the women all think that you're going to be the new sex symbol. Can you handle that?
Yeah, I can handle sex symbol. That's not what I'm after in my life. I turned down all the junk films and all the, the teen idol films for so many years in order to try to build a respect as an actor, So it's respect as an actor I want, not to be a sex symbol. If that happens, fine. If it gets me more of the kind of roles that I want to do, great.
Related injuries and then dancing.
Yeah, and I got a staph infection in the joint where it was real possible they're going to take my leg off. They had a week in which to try to save it. Because it got it from an abscessed tooth. They couldn't, because I didn't have any money for a dentist. At the time, I was living in a junky little rat-infested basement apartment. Ballet dancers don't make a whole lot of money. And then...
And Patrick explains how he stayed with his wife for so long.
The key to Lisa and I being together so long is we've gotten really inventive at learning how to fall in love over and over and over again, and never taking each other for granted, and reinvention, and a sense of play, and and deeper levels of friendship.
That's very un-Hollywood as well. What are you doing there?
That's true. Yeah, well, we also, we call our ranch Rancho Bizarro, so, we consider our world to be a little strange up against the usual standards.
Isn't this your 20th anniversary, wedding anniversary?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, we've been married. We were actually going to let it slide by, and then somebody said, "You're crazy. This is 20 years. Just something to be proud of." You got, so we decided to throw a party, and everybody in the world is always, everybody's scared to learn the couples dance, so we decided to get Johnny Palenka's band, the hottest salsa band on the West Coast, and get him to come play, and we had exhibition salsa couples and teachers, and everybody came and ate and danced and had a great time. So Lisa makes this little speech. She goes, "Well, darling, I just have to thank you for the happiest 3.5 years of my life." And there was no way to top that.
Well, that's not bad out of 20.
Now, that's an interesting relationship. You went to your wife and said, "I got to make love to Demi in the movie. Can we practice?" Well, yeah. I'm sure Demi does that with Bruce, too. I would not want, and I know Bruce, I would not want my woman to come to me and say, "I'm going to do this love scene with Patrick Swayze. Could I practice on you?" So here, practice on this. Well, let me ask you this. Actors always come on and they say, "Well, there are 20 crew members around and it's just acting," and I never at any point found myself realistically aroused. And I explained this to the little lady, and... Is that true? Is it really totally unsexual? No. Well, you see... Well, I tell you, it's very sexual. It does get your juices going. Yeah. And the girl is fine. Yes, she ain't bad looking. Sorry, Bruce, man. You got a gorgeous wife. Hi, Lisa. You're gorgeous too, man. You're the best woman on the planet.
And these moments are perfect.
I've never been about the money, ever. I've always been about, I have to have a sense of passion and a sense of purpose in my life, or that little bird dies inside of me. And I think it's all of our job to keep that little bird of innocence alive, and to keep the cynicism out, because the world wants to make us all very, very cynical and destroy everything there is worth believing in. Well, the way I see it, just from the way things have been going, is it's going to be a film for women, and guys will go because their girlfriends and wives drag them there, and they'll probably like it after they get there.
There's some gorgeous women in Hollywood.
Oh, yeah.
There's some good-looking actresses.
Yes, there are.
Of course, I'm married to the best-looking one of them all.
Oh, that's nice. That's a nice thing to say.
You have come so far. You are a superstar. Does this put... Yeah. Can I say that?
I think it would have. I just busted my... No, I didn't.
When you first saw yourself in makeup I don't know if you did test or whatever it was, what ran through your mind? Was it just bizarre?
I wouldn't. Somebody beat me with an ugly stick, seriously, up front. So it took a while to start turning me into something that resembled anything like an attractive woman. And I finally got to the point where I wouldn't sleep with myself, but I know other people that would.
I saw one old girlfriend in you, and it scared me. I said, well, do I really know what she was really like? It was very, very, very
Actually,
bizarre.
that scares me.
And even with all the fame, Patrick wanted to be a role model for young people.
I feel a big responsibility to kids. Grown-ups don't matter. Most grown-ups are already set in their ways and in their opinions and beliefs, and you're not going to influence them too much one way or the other. But kids are influenced, and whether you like it or not, you are a role model. And I take that very, very seriously. That's why I like to do press. It's like your opportunity. It makes you feel like you're not just a bloodsucker in this world, in this business, by taking it and becoming an actor and making money and getting your face known and name known and that kind of thing. But it's your opportunity to return something. So I take doing this stuff real serious.
You do the voice?
When you said the words obsessive personality.
Oh, yeah.
What does that mean?
I'm a driven being. I get into something, I'm like a pit bull. You have to kill me to get me off. I really love what I do, and when I love it, when I love a person, I am your loyal best friend to the death. And I'm just like a good lapdog.
You know, so many people
really believe in creating a collaborative energy on the set and allowing everyone's input to be important. Even the craft service guy, I'll go up to and go, "What'd you think of the scene? You should do something different." And go, "You know what? If it were me, you're doing too much there. All I think all I do is sit there." And half the time he's like, "He's right. I'm trying to play the subtext. I'm trying to do too much. I'm going to shut up, back off, and go eat." You know, it's
Of all the ironies in the world, that Patrick Swayze would break both legs riding horses.
But you know, I've come off a horse so many times you can't imagine. But I just never had an oak tree in front of me before. You know, it stops you dead in your tracks.
Dance Studios of Houston, where he learned grace under the watchful eye of his choreographer mother, to the sunlit clay courts of Texas as a fierce athlete. Patrick Swayze possessed a rare, breathtaking duality that made him the ultimate 80s icon. Growing up with a relentless drive, a serious martial arts background, and a classical ballet foundation, he didn't just stumble into stardom, he danced, fought, and bled for every single frame of his career. When he burst onto the scene in Francis Ford Coppola's The Outsiders, he captured the gritty heart of youth, but it was 1987's Dirty Dancing that turned him into an absolute global phenomenon. As the charismatic, leather jacket-wearing dance instructor Johnny Castle, Swayze delivered a cultural earthquake, melting screens with undeniable chemistry and proving that a ruggedly handsome action hero could possess the soul of a poet. He followed it up with the tear-jerking supernatural romance Ghost, cementing his status as Hollywood's premier romantic lead, before seamlessly pivoting into adrenaline-fueled action classics like Point Break and Roadhouse. Behind the box office blockbusters, the shirtless fistfights, and the millions of swooning fans lay a deeply humble artist who performed his own dangerous stunts, suffered brutal injuries without complaint, and carried an unshakable work ethic right to the end. When he was diagnosed with advanced pancreatic cancer in 2008, Swayze faced the fight of his life with the same fierce, unwavering courage he brought to the screen, continuing to work and write his memoir while battling the disease head-on until his tragic passing in 2009. Today, Patrick Swayze remains an immortal figure of cinematic romance and grit. He didn't just star in timeless movies, he poured his entire heart and soul into every moment, leaving behind a legacy that continues to carry us safely to the end of the night. If you've enjoyed this video and want to see more, feel free to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.